Muli po, magandang hapon mga kapamilya. Coming to you live from the Big Dome. And Ateneo fans and UST fans quickly filling up the Araneta Coliseum, getting ready for game number 1 of the UAAP Finals live on ABS-CBN. At bumabati na rin kami sa lahat ng kapamilya watching the UAAP Finals around the world on TFC.tv. Miko Alili with Coach Ronnie Magsanok. At ngayon naman, ikukwento ni Coach Ronnie kung bakit this Ateneo team has been undefeated since day 1 of the tournament up until the UAAP Finals as we enter game number 1.
This is a team that is on a mission which plays with such direction and discipline. And these are numbers indicative on what kind of team that Coach Tab Baldwin has been able to form in the last few years. Look at the numbers, a lockdown defensive team, a team which is so disciplined that they're such a good passing team, the best in terms of rim protection, the best in terms of second chance possessions. And look at the way they play defense, and they have done this consistently from day 1 up to the last part of the elimination round, and no wonder they are such a hard team to beat. 7 teams have tried, 14 times they have been tested, 14 times the other teams have failed, and they aim to sustain this all the way to the postseason, and today will be a good test for the Ateneo Blue Eagles against a team which is also methodical and highly disciplined as well.
Coach Ronnie, how much credit should Angelo Kwame get as the center, as the focal point of this Ateneo defense?
A lot of credit should go to Ange Kwame. His ability to fit into the system of Coach Tab Baldwin and play within what the team needs of him every time around is so important. And looking at the numbers of this double-double machine, this is a human eraser who is at least 35 blocks better than his closest, or rather 37 blocks better than his closest pursuer na si Pat Chuente. Is number 1 in field goal percentage, number 4 in total rebounds, number 2 in offensive rebounds, number 1 in shot blocks. Last year, he had 49 blocks. This year, he had more than what he had last year. Expect Ange Kwame to play a vital role in the three-peat campaign of the Blue Eagles against the UST Growling Tigers.
May mga Ateneo fans, and they've noticed that, so they know what to expect from Ange Kwame. But with 30 Ravenna this year, parang napansin ng mga fans, less dunks, not as many highlights as last year. Parang iba yung naging mission ni 30 Ravenna for this season para sa Ateneo.
I think the mission is the same. Yung execution ng iba. Ibang mga teammates, maraming nawala, but they found a way at the start of the second round to once again assume 1, to be the leading scorer once again of the Blue Eagles. 2, to be the go-to guy of Ateneo when the going gets tough. Is a back-to-back finals MVP winner, a 2-time UAAP champion, a former MVP in high school, name it, is done it. The leading scorer for Ateneo this year, number 10 in scoring overall, number 3 in free throw percentage, number 6 in total free throws made, number 6 in steals. Expect 30 Ravenna will average nearly 30-plus points versus UP in their second straight championship last year to try to be the lockdown perimeter defender and once again to be the go-to player in the clutch for Coach Tab Baldwin and the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Well, one primary concern for fans of the Blue Eagles is the waiting time. The Ateneo Blue Eagles waited 16 days to get to the UAAP Finals. So let's find out from Franny Reyes. Franny, what did Ateneo do in the last 16 days to prepare for the showdown with UST?
Yes, they had 16 days off from the UAAP after sweeping the elimination round, and they took it as an opportunity to put in some extra work. After a series of tune-up games, they learned that they cannot allow themselves to back down from physicality, especially against a physical UST. They're more than capable of handling what UST has for them today. Now, Coach Tab Baldwin also said it was important that they stick to their identity, that they don't forget who they are, because the only possible advantage they could give UST is if they enter the court thinking they have to be different from who they have been. The guys are mentally prepared, but Coach told them they also have a responsibility to go hard and ball out. Now, I got to talk to 30 Ravenna, especially since people are wondering if this will be his 3rd finals MVP. And he told me the only thing on his mind is dominating and doing the right thing, because doing so will lead to making his teammates and the team as a whole better. Now, since for the first game of Season 82, 30 has been writing "Go Crazy" on his wrist as motivation. And I asked him if that was the game plan for today. He told me expect something even crazier from him and the Blue Eagle Band of Brothers. Back to you guys.
So expect a whole lot of crazier coming from 30 Ravenna. Thank you very much, Fran Reyes. Very quickly, so ikaw ba nag-aalala na baka may
Kalawang?
kalawang, mawawala ng timing Ateneo because of 16 days? Yes or no?
No,
No worries for you.
not a problem for Ateneo.
Not a problem for Ateneo. We'll take a short break. This is game one of the UAAP finals between Chabio and the UST Growling Tigers against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. So magbabalik po kami. We were moments away from the start of game number one of the UAAP finals. It's the UST Growling Tigers against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. So people here are shouting either go uste or they're shouting one big fight. Center court, CJ Cancino, team captain of the Growling Tigers. Mike Nieto, team captain of the Ateneo Blue Eagles with our officials. Again, magandang hapon Welcome to our live coverage here on ABS-CBN. Also, welcome to all those watching on their mobile devices on the ABS-CBN Sports website. Coach Ronnie, this UST team really stunning everyone, winning do-or-die games, beating the UP Fighting Maroons 2 games in a row para umabot dito sa UAAP Finals.
Isama pa natin yung 81-71 na panalo nila laban sa FEU. 3 do-or-die games in 7 days. Wow, that's something that is so hard to do, to get all the way to where they are right now. And that's why this team, we have to say, deserves to be in the finals. And looking at their last game, this was nowhere close to that 89-69 win in the first match of the series versus UP. This was a dogfight all the way. In the first quarter, they had an 18-6 lead. In the second quarter, UP returned the favor, down by only 1, 29-28, heading to the last 2 quarters. It was nip and tuck up to the last 2 quarters, up to the final minute. UST was down by 4, but you have to mention that UST's ability to play with poise, direction, and composure in the final minute of that close encounter versus UP was the biggest difference, as they were able to erase a 4-point deficit and beat UP with a 9-2 crippling fourth quarter run to set up a date with Ateneo here in the finals.
Of course, one of the heroes for UST, alam mo, bilib na bilib ako, yung mga gwardiya na number 5, yung mga matinik yung kamay galing sa labas, parang Ronnie Magsanok lang nung araw.
Parang si Miko Holili.
Hindi yan. Renzo Subido, the small man, coming up big for UST in the step ladder.
And the version of this generation's Mr. Clutch. And Renzo Subido has been clutch all the way for UST since the start of season 82. Different role, yes, but game on the line, season on the line, he was there to deliver. He ended the game the way he started the match for UST, hitting 5 straight points, hitting a 3-point shot over Bright Taqueti, and that was the killer blow that he delivered in the closing minute of that final match against UP. And that shot immortalized Renzo Subido into the hearts of the UST community, win or lose here in the finals.
Can you hear the crowd? Kasi we're showing Renzo in our big screen.
Matatandaan yan for many years to come.
Sisikawan ng UST fans because they absolutely love what Renzo has done for UST. And what about Chabio? Chabio, he's going to be awarded MVP.
Right.
And the amazing things that he has done as the big man of the Growling Tigers.
More than amazing, probably even an understatement. And Chabio has been consistent, one of 2 players from UST in the top 10 in players' efficiency rating. Number 1 in rebounding, number 1 in offensive rebounds, number 5 in scoring, number 2 in field goal percentage, number 7 in 2-point field goal percentage, number 7 in free throw percentage. Name it, he has done it, but more importantly, he has re-energized the basketball program of the USC Growling Tigers. Expect Chabio to be the anchor of UST in the next 2 years at least for Coach Aldin Ayo.
Speaking of Coach Aldin, you know, kung may mga taong nagugulat that the Growling Tigers are here in the finals, there is this one person who believed from day one that UST would be in a position to win the title, and that's Coach Aldin. Tama ba yun, Makayla Chavez, who joins us right now? Makayla?
Well, gentlemen, not everyone laid their cards on the UST Growling Tigers right away, but one of the many people who believe in them knew that they would reach the finals. No other than Coach Aldin Ayo. Getting here today required 4 things: patience, determination, the right amount of confidence, and of course, their selflessness, over which Coach Ayo expects to see from the pack in today's battle against a well-disciplined team, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. First things first, the boys were requested to not be threatened in any way possible. Getting this far, they have learned to believe that they are more than just a young team. In fact, Solomon and Chabio exclaimed, "I want my team to be identified as young players who want to show their game, fight for the school, come with pride, and win." Now, they can't collapse today, as Renzo Subido explained that they have placed everything on the line, saying that this fight is for our families and UST. Now today, you'll see somewhat a version 2.0 of this yellow-blooded pack, giving they're all hungrier than ever. That's all for now. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Makayla. So Makayla confirming to all of us that si Coach Aldin talaga from day number 1, alam niya, he knew that UST would reach this point, and that's why we have Ateneo UST in the finals. Coach Ronnie and I will take a short break. When we return, we'll bring you game number 1 of the UAAP finals between the Blue Eagles and the Growling Tigers.
Channel 2. Also ABS-CBN HD, Channel 167, SNA, Channel 23 and HD, Channel 166, Liga, Sky Cable, Channel 86 and HD, Channel 183, I1 and live stream. Here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, it's the UAAP Season 82. All for more. The finals, Game 1 of our best of 3 series. It's the UST Growling Tigers versus the ADMU Blue Eagles. Let's meet our teams. First, the challengers. 4th seed with an 8-6 win-loss record, making its first finals appearance since 2015, climbing the step ladder by eliminating the 3rd seed FEU Tamanaus, and then defeating the 2nd seed UP Fighting Maroons. The brave and the bold, behold the black and gold. Make some noise for your UST Growling Tigers! Number 6, Mark Nonoy. Number 8, Sherwin Concepcion. Number 10, Renz Abando. Number 11, Rick Kaunan. Number 13, Zach Wag. Number 14, Dave Ando. Number 16, Matt Consejo. Number 17, Mix Pangilinan. Number 19, June Asuncion. Number 21, Bert Bordeos. Number 30, Dale Quahao. Starting center, number 27, Ira Batalier. Starting shooting guard, number 3, Brent Paraiso. Starting small forward, number 71, CJ Cancino. Starting power forward, the MVP, number 23, Solomon Chevio. And at point guard supreme, Mr. Clutch, number 5, the Torpedo, Renzo Subito. The head coach of the Growling Tigers, the master of mayhem, Alden Ayo. Here now are the reigning and defending champions. The number 1 seed with a 14-0 win-loss record, undefeated, making its 4th consecutive finals appearance, aiming for a back-to-back-to-back championship repeat, making it to the finals outright with their dominance in mind. One big fight for the blue and white. Let's hear it for your ADMU Blue Eagles. Number 5, Gian Mamuya. Number 7, Mike Nieto. Number 11, Isaac Go. Number 15, Ben Mecklenburg. Number 17, Jason Greedo. Number 18, Gio Chu. Number 19, Tyler Kyo. Number 21, Matthew Daves. Number 27, S.J. Malangel. Number 28, Troy Malilin. Starting shooting guard, number 3, Adrian Wong. Starting power forward, number 23, Will I Am Mevano. Starting point guard, mighty Matt Nieto. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
So both teams are now on the hard court and they are moments away from clashing in the opener of this best of 3 finals. Coach Tab Baldwin going for a 3rd straight championship. But they're facing a UST team that pushed them to the limit in their first round encounter.
Right. And you also have to take a look at the championship experience or players who are able to, of course, for Ateneo win a title. But for UST, players who have seen action in a finals battle. And I believe dalawa na lang yung natitira dito sa roster ng UST. Dahil si Renzo Subido had an ACL injury during the year that they won the crown. Zachary Wang was one of two remnants. Hindi ko ma-recall yung isa pero dalawa pa sila na natitira para dito sa Growling Tigers. And that the last time that they made it to the finals in 2015.
Well, the big test for Coach Tab Baldwin and this Ateneo coaching staff is what to do in the more than 2 weeks that they were waiting for an opponent. Now, according to you, Coach Ronnie, ikaw, hindi ka nag-aalala that they waited 16 days. So how come?
Well, they deserve. Number one, they put themselves in a happy situation. They deserve to have that rest, able to recover. But ako hindi nag-aalala kasi coaches have already learned how to put that mid-season in season. So all you have to do is make sure that you have that nice plot and timeline to make sure that you are able to simulate and prepare your players for the tougher grind here in the playoffs. And master din si Coach Tab Baldwin at ang coaching staff as we take a look at the starting unit. Perennial starters for Coach Tab Baldwin throughout the season, hoping for another blistering start as we expect a frenetic pace against one of the fastest teams throughout the year, the UST Growling Tigers.
So this starting unit hoping to lead the Blue Eagles to yet another win because this Ateneo team, they're gunning for perfection. Ang UST naman, they're thinking the exact opposite. They want to destroy that perfect record and they want an explosive start using this starting unit.
And the explosive start has worked for UST. And that was a weapon they used against FEU in the Final Four against UP, the first game of the series. And even in that final game, because they had an 18-6 first quarter lead versus the Fighting Maroons that eventually evaporated, but eventually was regained by UST late in the match. Now, let's see what gives between a very confident team, extremely sharp team, UST, which will be playing their 4th match in the last 10 days, while for Ateneo, a fresh, rejuvenated team on a mission with direction. One of the most disciplined teams throughout the last 3 years.
You saw our officials, Michael Tolentino, Molly De Luna, and Julius Medillo. And we're about ready to start the opening quarter. Once again, welcome to everybody watching us on ABS-CBN, watching us on all our platforms. I want the ABS-CBN Sports website, on Liga, on TFC.tv, para sa ating mga kapamilya sports fans all over the world. It will be Chabio jumping off against Angelo Kwame. Okay, they're just waiting for Thirdy Rivera to finish tying his shoelaces, and then now we're ready. Game number 1 underway. First possession, UST. Team captain CJ Cancino sends it to veteran Brent Paraiso. To Chabio. Chabio fires. And that ball ends up with Cancino. Subido for 3. Rebound picked up by Matt Nieto.
Same spot that broke the hearts of the Fighting Maroons. Talking about that late 3-pointer coming from Subido. UST opening the quarter 0 out of 2 from the outside.
First possession for the Blue Eagles, and Kwame will miss the layup. It will be last touch on Brent Paraiso, so the ball will stay with Ateneo.
So it's Ange Kwame guarding Chabio, and on the flip side, Chabio taking care of Ange Kwame as well.
Back to live action. Will Navarro to Kwame against Batalier, and Kwame loses the basketball. Tough defense by Ira Batalier.
An enviable task of keeping in step with the giant from Ivory Coast. Something he was able to do as well in Game 1 against Bright Aqueti of the Fighting Maroons.
Came to shoot for the Growling Tigers. Still a scoreless game number 1. Chabio, triple team. There's that Ateneo defense collapsing on Chabio. Nieto. Kwame. Kwame looking for Adrian Wong. Wong back to Kwame. Lots of time to shoot. Handoff. Kwame to Navarro for 2 points. PS bankable assist from Angelo Kwame. Para PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online. No collateral.
And there's no doubt that Will Navarro is one of the unsung heroes of Ateneo this year. Look at the weak side cut. But previous to this play, there was that nice defensive gem against Chabio. Expect Ateneo to collapse every time Chabio tries to spin and turn. Will Navarro will try to give Ateneo a 3-point lead. And he does.
First 3 points of game number 1 belong to Will Navarro. And almost a turnover. The ball will stay with UST. Tap out by Matt Nieto.
Shot clock at 22 seconds.
Coach Aldin Ayo has always believed that this team was a championship contender. And that belief has paid off. Here they are fighting for a UAAP championship. Batalier to Chabio, tap by Navarro. Nieto. Kwame inside. Kwame scores. Manolive Vision player Matt Nieto finding Kwame. And it's 5-0 for the Blue Eagles.
UST starting out 0-2 from the field.
Here's 30 Ravena against Paraiso. Ravena is fouled. Basket is good. Yellow card, end-to-end play for 30 Ravena.
0 out of 2 in their first 2 possessions on the field, followed by 3 straight turnovers. And turnovers turned into turnover points by Ateneo. 7-point lead in less than 2 minutes. We talked about the fact earlier that Ateneo is the best team in terms of scoring off turnovers. 21 points against the opponent's turnovers. As we take a look at the leading scorer of Ateneo, 30 Ravena, giving the Blue Eagles an 8-point lead.
3-point play completed for Ravena. Foul on Brent Paraiso. It's an 8-0 start for the defending champion, Subido. And that's going to be a foul against Matt Nieto.
3 possession lead for Ateneo, all built on the way they play defense. Look at the possession count. 4 possessions for UST, make that 5. 3 turnovers, 2 missed attempts. While Ateneo almost perfect from the field.
Cancino hounded by Matt Nieto. As we cross the 8-minute mark of the opening quarter, Subido for 3. Angelo Kwame with a rebound. UST still scoreless, and what an interception by the team captain CJ Cancino. Paraiso on the move, and he traveled.
3 missed field goals, 4 turnovers in the first 7 possessions for the Growling Tigers. And Chabio pointed this out. They had to minimize their mistakes because they know for a fact that Ateneo turns miscues into golden points on the flip side.
Ravena, top of the key. And that pass was intended for Kwame. Turnover against Ateneo.
Back-to-back turnovers for the Blue Eagles. UST is an underrated half-court defensive unit. But right now they have problems getting that ball into play.
There's Chabio inside. Chabio will score. Jollibee 100% amazing move for Solomon Chabio.
First field goal, first points for UST here in the UAAP Finals. First basket for Chabio as well.
30 Ravena gets away, and Ravena now with 5 points in the ball game.
And whatever rust we can deduce from Ateneo is not there at all. Sharp as a knife, 8-point lead once again for the Eagles.
What a rebound by Chabio. Cancino, another offensive rebound. Subido on the move. Subido over to Batalier. Ravena has it. Ravena all the way for 2. Mitsubishi Mirage G4 drive for 30 Ravena. Now with 7 points. The Blue Eagles on top by 10. This is the UAAP Finals live on ABS-CBN and SNA. The Ateneo Blue Eagles against the UST Growling Tigers. And what a start so far for Ateneo, and that's why our video coach is winning ways. All eyes are on Coach Alvin Ayo, the master of mayhem, as he tries to bring UST back in this game.
10 possessions, 5 turnovers, 5 missed attempts. The problem is not bringing the ball down. The concern right now is getting that ball in play. This is something that UST needs to be better at. Because right now, Ateneo has controlled this first quarter mainly through their defensive tenacity. And of course, the way Ange Kwame has patrolled the paint and changed shots and disallow UST from going deep into the basket and able to go for their layups or even dunk attempts for that matter.
And Adrian Wong will start to play. Sends it to Matt Nieto. Nieto to Ravenna. Ravenna baseline against Abando. And Ravenna now with 9 points in the opening quarter.
9 of the first 14 points. And again, almost a near turnover. Yes, they do turn the ball over.
McDonald's instant replay checking out the move by 30 Ravenna against Renz Abando. And Ravenna with 9 of Ateneo's 14 points here in the opening quarter.
Some jitters from UST, of course, aided by this crippling zone press by the Blue Eagles, which has disallowed UST from keeping that ball or getting that ball inbounded.
And Ravenna will miss. A putback by Kwame won't work. Navarro will miss. And a tip-in for Angelo Kwame. Too many scoring opportunities for the Blue Eagles, leading to that one-of-Lake's kakaibang move.
When you get into the heart of the defense, it opens up the wing side opportunities. Kwame with a total of 4 points. And 30 Ravenna has outscored the entire UST team so far, 14.8 Ateneo over UST.
We're nearing the halfway mark of the opening quarter. It's been all Ateneo in the first period. Chabio, tough shot. Rebound, Navarro.
That was against a very small defender in Matt Nieto.
30 Ravenna setting up the offense. Sends it to Kwame. Back to Ravenna. Shot clock reads 10. Ravenna sends it to Kwame. Kwame for 3. Short. Rebound by Cancino. CJ Cancino is on the move. Cancino to Ando. And now to Renz Abando for 3. Way off the mark. And a forward pass to 30 Ravenna for the layup. C2 fast break of the game for 30 Ravenna and the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And they are on top 18-2. Back inside the big dome, 5 and 14 remaining in the opening quarter. It's been all Ateneo Blue Eagles. Ateneo on top 18-2 here in game number 1, and that's why Fajibar, O-Bar sa saya, ang Ateneo bench. And why not? Because this team waited over 2 weeks to play this game, and they look razor sharp dito sa opening quarter.
More than sharp. Out of the 15 possessions UST has here in the first quarter, 7 are turnovers, and UST is only 1 of 8 from the field in the first 5 minutes of this initial quarter.
As we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint, and that's exactly what the Growling Tigers need. Shabio putting points on the scoreboard, but it's still 18-4 in favor of Ateneo. We'll be back after this timeout. Back inside the Big Dome, 4:54 remaining in the opening quarter. We've hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. And at this point of the game, what must UST do to finish this quarter on a strong note, Coach Ronnie?
Well, number one, they have to be able to get that ball inbounded well, so that at least they can execute and get to their points of attack. Execution has been the name of the game for this team, at least in the Final Four. That's why they were also so hard to stop in those wins against FEU and against the Fighting Maroons.
Yamaha Mio, #1 move for Angelo Kwame. And Kwame now with 6 points in the ball game.
And both coaches making sure that they get that ball close to the basket. Post entry. Earlier, it was a weak side cut coming from Chabio as Mark Donoy hits his first 3-ball off the finals.
Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits because Mark Nonoy is not just fast, he can shoot.
Oh yes, and they will shoot.
Now missed by Matt Nieto. And Kwame with another rebound and another putback.
8 points for Ange Kwame, and by his lonesome has outscored the entire UST team.
Meron time. Oh, another 3-point shot for the rookie, Mark Nonoy.
6 points in 2 possessions, and the second unit has been amazing for Coach Alden Hayo throughout this year. Of course, led by Abando and Mark Nonoy.
12-point lead for Ateneo. Adrian Wong on the right side. Adrian Wong for 3. The rebound from Mark Nonoy. Nonoy is on the move. Nonoy won't shoot. Goes to Sherwin Concepcion. He fakes. He fires. And Mike Nieto gets the rebound. So it's Matt and Mike Nieto with Kwame, Matthew Daves, and Adrian Wong. And that will be a foul against Mark Nonoy.
UST 14 of 45 from the 3-ball against FEU. 11 of 36 in the first game versus the Fighting Maroons, and 7 of 39 in that final match versus the Maroons. So far, 30 Ravenna, I stand corrected, 11 points, has missed only once, fueling an early first quarter run for Ateneo. UST has taken 120 attempts in its last 3 games in the Final Four. They have converted 32 out of 120. They will keep shooting, they will keep launching. You just have to be patient and take away open looks and force them to take rushed 3-point shots.
Some new faces on the floor. SJ Belangel is now part of this game. For Ateneo, here's Navarro. Navarro against Dave Ando, and Navarro was caught dancing to the wrong song. The ball will go back to UST. Coach Tab Baldwin hoping to lead Ateneo to yet another win in what has been an undefeated season. But Coach Aldin Ayo wants to continue this amazing and inspiring run by the Growling Tigers in season 82.
Points off turnovers controlled by the Blue Eagles, scoring 14 points off the 7 turnovers by UST.
Dave Ando with a rebound and a putback. And the Growling Tigers have pulled down this deficit to 10 points.
Chavio scored 4 points for the starting unit. Second unit, or players off the bench, coming up with 8 points for UST. 6 for Nonoy, 2 points for Ando.
Mike Nieto for 3. That's good.
First 3-point conversion for the Blue Eagles in the finals.
Abando against Belangel. Back to Nonoy. Shot clock reads 12. Nonoy against Mamuyak. That's a great matchup. Abando. Swipe by Belangel. Belangel is on the move. Belangel, no! Adrian Wong with an offensive rebound. And Wong lost real estate. He was caught stepping on the baseline.
That's good transition defense for UST. Chasing down the 3-on-1 situation. Ando getting that put back from the weak side. The pace has escalated. Second unit battle is what we're seeing right now. Chavio has announced his re-entry, and only Will Navarro is left of the starters.
Well, 30 Ravenna was sent back by Coach Tab Baldwin.
Kasi nagkaka-momentum na rito ang UST.
They're looking for Chavio against Navarro. Shot clock reads 10. A whistle is blown here. An offensive foul against UST.
Whoops.
Offensive foul number 6, Mark Nonoy. That's his first team foul, number 3.
Could be an unsportsmanlike foul called against Mark Nonoy.
Well, we saw the hand signal for an unsportsmanlike foul. And now the officials are now reviewing it. It might go against Mark Nonoy.
Let's take a look at that last weekend sequence. It was a pin down to free up Ando to set that big-to-big ball.
There's the offensive foul.
Oh, okay yan. Yun.
There was some extra motion between Mark Nonoy and Gian Mamuyak.
Right.
Which referee Michael Tolentino saw.
And look at Coach Aldin Ayo talking to Mark Nonoy, reminding him probably of his value. His importance lies on the fact that he is inside the hard court. Remember the June Manso situation, the last 2 minutes of UP versus UST.
Foul management is so critical in big games.
You cannot help your team if you're on the sideline. 13-point lead. Bakers does an advantage for Ateneo.
It was Mark Nonoy who got UST started with those back-to-back 3-point shots. So that's the confirmation. There's a personal foul and an unsportsmanlike foul on Mark Nonoy.
It was 20-4. A 16-point lead for Ateneo before Mark Nonoy hit those back-to-back threes to narrow the gap at 20-10. Or rather 2010.
Rafi Verano had to miss action this year, but he should be back next year for the Blue Eagles. And another missed free throw for Gian Mamuyak. Jojo Duncil, of course, Senator Joel Villanueva, a former Growling Tiger alongside Alain Maliksi. Yep.
Among other Growling Tigers.
Well, they're all over. They're all here inside the big dome.
Ang hirap kumuha ng tickets.
That's why I'm so thankful we're covering this game. 25-12. Ateneo on top and make that 27-12. After that pure gold always panalo move, Danny Ravenna of the Ateneo Lady Eagles cheering for Kuya 30 in this game. Mike Nonoy sends it to Zachary Wang. The Growling Tigers still trying to catch up here in the first period. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and Wang was fouled on that move to the basket.
Zachary Wang will play out his last few games for the Growling Tigers. As you take a look at this rear cut coming from Nieto, using his size advantage against Subido, forcing Subido to play defense on Nieto underneath. Talk about 30 Ravenna, not only is the 11 points that he has poured in so crucial for Ateneo's start. Look at his versatility. Earlier he played the 3 spot, now he's playing the power forward spot, trying to match up against either Rabando or Zach Wang.
Meantime, Zach Wang, the veteran on this team, and he knocks down that free throw. Make it 27-14.
Zach Wang has also blossomed under Coach Alden Hayo, playing his best year in his UAAP career.
Ravenna, Mamuyak. Shot clock reads 10. Back to Ravenna. Ravenna against Wang. Shot clock down to 6. Ravenna against Chabio. Shot clock down to 2. Ravenna for 3 off the mark. And that ball ends up with Ben Sabano, and the shot clock expires on the Blue
Shot clock
Eagles.
violation.
Points off turnovers were
Transition.
so vital for Ateneo, forcing UST to early turnovers,
Nieto.
scoring 14 points of the first 7 turnovers of UST, and building their largest cushion earlier at 20 against 4, a 16-point cushion.
1 minute remaining in the opening period. Renzo Subido against SJ Belangel. Subido. They're looking for somebody here. Subido still has the ball. Subido back pass to Wang. Wang fires away. In and out. Rebound. Kwame.
No second chance looks for Chabio so far.
Belangel. Navarro. Navarro for 3. Yes, sir!
30-point quarter for Ateneo. Once again, Will Navarro, just like 30 Ravenna, so versatile, multi-dimensional player.
And the ball will stay with the Growling Tigers.
Substitution, Brad Paraiso.
A double team against Belangel. The willingness to pass and move the basketball to an open teammate. Raids the second 3-point basket for Ateneo. That's 6 of the first 30 points coming from beyond the arc.
Brent Paraiso will start the play. Paraiso to Wang. Lots of time to shoot for UST as we near the end of the opening quarter. Gian Mamuya gets away for the layup.
Ateneo has made it difficult for Subido to either score or execute.
3 seconds remaining in the quarter. Subido for 3. Yes, sir! Well, that's the specialty of the house for Renzo Subido.
Talk about range. And Subido will finish the quarter with a 3-pointer. Ateneo up by 18.
We'll be back with a second quarter after these.
Upon review, Renzo Subido, 3. At the end of 1, it's the Ateneo Blue Eagles 32, the UST Growling Tigers 17.
Magandang hapon mga kapamilya. This is the UAAP Finals between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the UST Growling Tigers. And maraming salamat sa pagtutok dito sa ABS-CBN. For those watching on the road, on their mobile devices, watching us on I1, watching us on the ABS-CBN Sports website, maraming salamat po. And we're so glad you could join us for this special coverage of the UAAP Finals. Miko Alili with Coach Ronnie Magsanok, Franny Reyes, and Makaila Chavez. That's your broadcast team for today, and we're about to start the second quarter. Coach Ronnie, what are your notes from that opening period?
It's all about the tenacity defensively for Ateneo. Of course, relying on their vaunted zone press, making it difficult for UST to get that ball into play or even execute. And they force UST to commit 10 turnovers, converting those turnovers into 18 points. And more importantly, dominating the battle inside with 24 points on their inside scoring and only allowing UST 9 points from the perimeter. Remember that UST is the best team in the UAAP in terms of perimeter scoring.
So we begin the second quarter with Ateneo on top, 32-17. Ateneo led by as many as 18 points in that opening period. We begin the quarter with Will Navarro, SJ Belangel, Gian Mamuyak, 30 Ravena, and Angelo Kwame. And that will be a foul against Zach Wang.
If you take a look at their second round encounter, a 66-52 win by Ateneo. As we check this last foul by Zach Wang or Will Navarro. Ange Kwame only had 6 points, played just 17 minutes. But it was a dominant win coming from the Blue Eagles. That's why it's imperative for Chabio to be able to find the scoring ways, because right now it's been defended well by Ange Kwame and even Will Navarro for that matter.
Shot clock reads 12. Belangel against Subido. Mamuyak on the right side. Mamuyak for 3. Short rebound for Renzo Subido. Subido hit that buzzer-beating 3 at the end of the opening quarter. Sends it to Wang. Shot clock reads 15. Paraiso, always a 3-point threat. Paraiso to Abando. Renz Abando fakes. Abando fires. It goes over the backboard, and the ball will go to the Blue Eagles.
The
Blue Eagles only allowing 7 attempts from UST from the 3-point area. I say only 7 because at times in a quarter, UST is able to launch at least 12 or 15 shots from the 3-ball, forcing it to close out long. Ito hindi pinapayagan ng Ateneo na maka-execute na maayos. Although in the last 3 minutes, dating back to the end part of the first quarter, mas meron ng direksyon ang offense dito ng UST.
Belangel to Ravena. Ravena. That pass was intended for Kwame, and Kwame thought Ravena was going to shoot. So turnover against Ateneo.
Turnover number 7 for Ateneo. Earlier, 4 points of 6 turnovers by the Blue Eagles is what was in the pocket of UST in the first 10 minutes.
It's Subido, Batalier, Chabio, Paraiso, and team captain CJ Cancino on the floor for UST. Paraiso fires a 3. Rebound for Kwame, and Kwame now with 6 rebounds in the ball game. Belangel, Kwame inside, and Kwame will score, and Angelo Kwame now in double figures with 10 points.
Belangel has proven to be an ace for the second unit for Coach Top Baldwin throughout the year. Excellent find, downhill drive. Ange Kwame already in double figures with 10 together with 30 Ravena was 11.
Chabio, will he answer back? Chabio lost the ball. It's with Subido, shot clock down to 4. Subido, he needs help, he fires away. Chabio gets it. The tap by Ravena, it ends up with Belangel. 30 Ravena on the move, 30 Ravena all the way! Jollibee 100% amazing move for 30 Ravena now with 13 points.
They had 24 points on the restricted zone in the first 10 minutes, and right now 30 Ravena is on attack mode. 22 points or 23 points for Ravena and Kwame combined.
Oh, what a shot by Brent Paraiso. Really had to launch it high off the glass to avoid the shot block by Kwame.
I was about to say, kung titignan mo yung shot blocks ni Kwame dito sa labang ito, siguro isa lang. Pero yung dami ng tirang napalitan niya, napakarami na nun. Saka ating ayaw mo halos pumasok eh. He seems like a human wiper for Ateneo's defense. The ability to close out and contest shots.
Checking out at McDonald's instant replay. Brent Paraiso working hard for that basket over the outstretched arms of Angelo Kwame. And that makes it 36-19 in favor of Ateneo. There's some extracurricular action here happening between Angelo Kwame
Saan banda?
and Ira Batalier. And here's Kwame inside, and Kwame will score. What a flames kakaibang move for Angelo Kwame now with 12 points in the ball game.
25 combined together with 30 Ravenna, and this tandem has outscored the entire team of the Growling Tigers. Another inside basket from the Giant from Ivory Coast.
Mark Nonoy for 3, rebound Kwame. Ravenna sets up Adrian Wong. Wong back to Ravenna. Ravenna against Ira Batalier, and Ravenna says, give me some space to operate here. Advantage 30 Ravenna. Ravenna on the move. Ravenna bounce pass. Kwame will miss.
Good challenge coming from this season's MVP.
Nonoy, Batalier, Cancino. They swing it over. Paraiso for 3. Yes, sir! Master play of the game for Brent Paraiso. He has 5 points.
5 points in the quarter for UST. Down 16, behind earlier by 19.
And here's Wong with a drive, and he missed it. But Wong got his own miss, and there's a loose ball foul here against the Growling Tigers.
If it's on Mark Nonoy, that will be his third.
Holding foul on number 23.
Extra pass, Cancino to Brent Paraiso. 4 3-point baskets today for UST so far. As Isaac goes his action for the first time
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
against UST. Grabe yung tinrabaho ni Ange Kwame.
Ange Kwame, 12 points, 8 rebounds so far in game number 1. Shot clock down to 6. Matt Nieto has the ball. Matt Nieto loses it. And then Will Navarro fires a 3. Rebound for Cancino. Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter. Mark Nonoy on the move. Mark Nonoy on the way.
8 points in about 5 minutes for Mark Nonoy.
Matt Nieto inside, and he missed it. And that will be a foul against Matt Nieto. That will be his second personal.
Mark Nonoy is the leading scorer right now for UST. The Rookie of the Year. Together with Chavio, recently named the MVP for the season.
Weren't you this fast kung nasa UAAP ka?
Not even in my dreams.
Come on, you weren't that fast when you were playing for UP.
Mabilis lang ako pag may exams. Mabilis kabahan.
They go inside. Chavio with a layup.
UST needs more baskets such as those. Easier looks, good feet, perfect timing. Lead down to 12 from a high of 19.
The Growling Tigers are fighting back here in the second period. Wong, Navarro, he fires a 3. So consecutive misses now for the Blue Eagles as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Nonoy fires a 3. That's good! Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits, and the rookie is unfazed, helping UST fight back here. We'll be back in a moment.
We would like to request a drum line and pep squads of both teams to please refrain from banging your drums during timeouts. Thank you.
All right, back inside the big dome and the UST crowd coming to life because of fearless rookie Mark Nonoy. Anong jitters? He has 11 points here in the first half of game number 1.
Baka sa exams lang may jitters, pero dito sa finals, sa loob ng mecca ng Philippine basketball, ni Katiting wala. He has scored 5 points of this 10-0 UST run after being behind earlier at 38-19. And Mark Nonoy by his lonesome as we energize UST's campaign after a slow start. And for the first time since the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, they will be under 10 points.
And here's an offensive foul on Isaac
Fighting over the screen.
And Mark Nonoy again
making things happen.
Yep, doing the positive things para sa UST. Under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. As Paraiso fires away, Batalier is down.
Paraiso also had a golden hand in this comeback coming from UST. Had a three-pointer in the corner from an extra pass earlier coming from CJ Cancino.
Second personal foul against Isaac God. Dylan Ababu, the former Growling Tiger.
I believe Patrick Fran is also inside the Coliseum.
Shot clock down to 8. Cancino wide open for 3. And a rebound ends up with 30 Ravenna. Quickly to Belangel, being chased by Nonoy. Belangel fakes. Adrian Wong fires. It rattles out. Rebound. Chabio. Nonoy is on the move. Nonoy steps on the gas. And Nonoy is blocked by 30 Ravenna.
That'll be a
and
foul.
There's a foul.
Right. It's very hard to stay in front of Mark Nonoy. You want to try and sprint ahead of Nonoy and try to disallow him to get those open layups. But even against 3, we're running ahead of him. He will be able to find that slight opening in the driving lane. 6 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the second quarter. He will score 11 of the 29 points of UST so far here in the first half.
You see the first appearance of Patrick Magdenberg replacing Will Navarro. Now Mark Nonoy is on the line because he was fouled by 30 Ravenna. First personal against Ravenna. Ateneo already in the penalty, and the first free throw is good for Mark Nonoy.
Mark Nonoy led UST in scoring in the first quarter, 6 points in 6 minutes. 2 made 3-point baskets. He now has 3 made triples for UST.
Batalier, Paraiso to Cancino. Cancino on the move. Cancino sets up Nonoy. Nonoy fires. Nonoy scores!
You better believe it. Played 1 year in high school, and he has proven to be so ready for the battle here in the senior division. UST's defense keeping Ateneo scoreless, lead down to a 2-possession advantage.
And the basket is good for 30 Ravenna and a foul, so a bonus free throw awaiting 30 Ravenna. Now meantime, here's that shot by Mark Nonoy. 15 points in the first half.
6 in the first quarter, 9 here in the second. 4 3-point baskets for Mark Nonoy from different shooting angles. And then when Ateneo needs a basket on the return play, sabi nga natin, when the going gets tough, 30 Ravenna is there. lead the way for the Blue Eagles. Back-to-back finals MVP, two-time UAAP champion with a golden pedigree.
A three-point play completed. That's a three-point play that the Blue Eagles needed with under 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Tagal nilang scoreless, ha? It was a dry spell, clearly, for the Blue Eagles.
Paraiso lobbing it for Chabio, and Chabio will miss. Chabio again!
UST doing the right thing. 4 inside points for Chabio here in the second quarter. Total of 8 after scoring the first 4 points for UST in the first quarter. He has to score, especially when Ange Kwame is seated on the bench.
Our scoreboard says 40-35 as Nonoy fires. Rebound for Cancino. It's 41-30.
Yes, it should be 41-35.
Okay, we've corrected the score as Nonoy fires, and Nonoy is on fire!
So it should be 40-35.
And now it's 40-38.
Mark Nonoy has changed the course of this first half battle, exploding for 17 points off the bench.
But SJ Balangel answers back with his own three-point shot. And that restores a 5-point lead for the Blue Eagles at 43-38.
How many first-year players will have that ability to score 17 in the first half alone of his first finals game in his very first year in the UAAP?
Amazing. Concepcion to Chabio against Magdenburg. Advantage, Chabio. Chabio inside. Chabio will miss. Magdenburg with a rebound. Sidestep. Ravenna scores. And 30 Ravenna now with 18 points. So it's a shootout between 30 Ravenna, the veteran, and Mark Nonoy, the rookie.
Pwede. 14 points in the quarter for Ateneo. 30 has scored 7 of those 14 points. Meanwhile, for UST, UST has a total of 21 points in the quarter. Nonoy has scored 11 of those 21 points here in the second.
SJ Balangel sends it to Ravenna. Ravenna to Wong. Adrian Wong from the corner goes in. Outside Belangel. Belangel wide open for three.
SJ Belangel with 2 3-point baskets. 30 Ravenna and SJ Belangel lifting the spirits of the Blue Eagles. Earlier, the lead was down to 4 or to 3 at 41-38. 8-0 run fired by Ateneo.
And that will be a foul against 30 Ravenna. That was a great pass inside for Chabio.
All right, as we pointed out earlier, he has to score. And Ange Kwame is not around to check him. Extra pass leading to an open look from a different angle, no problem for SJ Belangel, who has scored a total of 6 points off the bench all come here in the last part of the second quarter.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Covering Nonoy and Belangel go at it for years to come.
Right.
Here in the UAAP. Yeah, Ira Batalier replaces Sherwin Concepcion, and our guest on the line is Chabio.
And you can say that the second unit of UST has really refueled the adrenaline rush for the Growling Tigers. The first part was not really, I'm sure, to the liking of Coach Aldenayo, given that they were down 8-0 the first 2 minutes of the first period as Chabio nails his first free throw. 5 points in the quarter for Chabio.
Look at the numbers of Mark Nonoy.
Nearly doubling his scoring output each time around. Scintillating clip from the three-point area as well. Remember, when UST is hitting its stride from the three ball, they are a tough team to beat.
There's a foul here against the Growling Tigers with 54 seconds remaining in the first half.
Pushing foul number 27, Ira Batalier. Penalty. That's his third personal.
So it's 49-39, 10-point lead for Ateneo. Now because of that foul by UST, both teams are in the penalty. 2 free throws for Angelo Kwak.
As the series goes along, we will check every quarter the three-point shooting capacity of UST, because in their first 2 meetings, in their first round encounters, we take a look at Miss Mozzie Ravenna. Ateneo kept UST to only 9 out of 21 in terms of three-point conversions, when only 8 of 28 was allowed by Ateneo. in that second round win over UST, a 66-52 victory over the Growling Tigers.
Less than a minute remaining in the first half. Renzo Subido against Gian Mamuyak. They go to Chabio against Kwame. 12 to shoot for UST. Subido against Belangel. 8 to shoot. Paraiso has it against Mamuyak. 5 to shoot. And a swipe by Mamuyak, and this will leave UST with 3 seconds to work with.
After a 10-0 run was initiated by Mark Nonoy earlier, Ateneo has come up with their own version of a 10-1 run. Like the 10-0 run before Chabio answered a solitary free throw. Up 3 earlier, now already on top once again by a dozen points.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Subido has it. Subido had to launch it. Belangel. And
Inadvertent whistle.
the Growling Tigers trying to regroup here after launching a big run fueled by Mark Nonoy.
Right.
So 28 seconds remaining here in the first half. 51-39 in favor of Ateneo. Thirty Ravenna playing in his final year for the Blue Eagles, with so far a strong start here in game number 1.
A very, very strong start which he has been able to sustain up to the last part of the second quarter, especially when UST came so close to Ateneo, down by just a 3-point deficit earlier at 41-38 before a furious 10-1 run was generated by 30 Ravenna and SJ Belangel.
18 points in the first half for 30 Ravenna. Back to action on the floor. Isaac Go to SJ Belangel. Shot clock reads 12. 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Belangel on the right side. Shot clock reads 7. Belangel fires a top 3. That's good!
That's borrowing a page from Renzo Subido. 9 for Belangel. All of his points coming from
Cancino
beyond the
tried to
arc.
beat the buzzer.
And the half.
At the end of the first half, with a third 3-point shot from SJ Belangel that pushes Ateneo on top, 54-39, a 13-1 run for Ateneo to end the first half. We'll be back with more. This is the UAAP on ABS-CBN.
Ang pag-deposit ng check, pa-picture-picture na lang. Now, and download the PS Bank mobile app. Earlier today, Cornetto helped two guys confess to their crushes in UAAP. First, we have JP, who met Jessica, first-year college in UST, and has known her for 6 years now. He asked her out to the UAAP finals to make a move on her. Next is Alfie, who was a workmate of Lindsay and now wants to take their relationship to the next level. Kung gusto mo rin pakiligin si Crushy for 20 pesos, mag-confess na with Cornetto. Creamy, crunchy, kilig.
Welcome back to the Big Dome. Halftime score, 54 for Ateneo, 39 for UST. And now let's meet our PS Bankable fan of the game. Deposit checks in the snap with PS Bank Mobile. Down. Okay, let's do this first. We invite you to watch Diaries, a 3-part I Want Original Sports docu-series featuring stories of UAP players. Angela Kwame, Richie Rivero, Renza Bando on leaving home. Dumayo sila sa UAP for a dream, a second chance, and love for basketball. Diary streaming soon on iWant. Download the iWant app or go to www.iwant.ph. We'll be back with more from the Big Dome. This is the UAP on ABS-CBN.
AAP. First, we have JP, who met Jessica, first-year college in UST, and has known her for 6 years now. He asked her out to the UAAP finals to make a move on her. Next is Alfie, who was a workmate of Lindsay and now wants to take their relationship to the next level. Kung gusto mo rin pakiligin si Crushy for 20 pesos, mag-confess na with Cornetto. Creamy, crunchy, kilig. Let's celebrate Filipino greatness and showcase our Pinoy pride with the new Galing Natin Ito stickers. Download the pack now for free on Viper.
Koho creating beautiful plays and this beautiful play leading to this 3-point shot for Mark Nonoy. Mark Nonoy, what a first half. His first year in the league, his first finals appearance. No rookie jitters whatsoever para kay Mark Nonoy.
And it's no question that his performance today is nagpapatotoo kung bakit siya yung ating top first-year player this season. Of course, yung kanyang sinundan ay si Ange Kwame of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Imagine, a 7-footer yung kanyang sinundan.
Renza Bando. And that ball will end up with Matt Nieto. He needs help. Over to Ravenna. And it's a traveling violation against 30 Ravenna. So what will UST need to do? They trailed by as many as 19 points in that first half. Ano ang mga kailangan gawin ng UST to come up with a stronger performance here in the second half?
Unang-una, kailangan mas lesser yung puntos ng Ateneo sa loob. Pangalawa, they have to find a matchup against 30 Ravenna. It's proven to be a matchup problem for them. Not just today, but even in their first two meetings. Dahil siya talaga yung dumadali dito sa depensa ng UST and then take better care of the basketball because yan ang isa kanila kung bakit sila nakabalik doon sa kalagitnaan ng nakalipas sa second quarter.
Ferdy Ravenna with 18 points.
Wow.
And Coach Aldin Ayo needs to find a solution for Ferdy Ravenna. Subido with a miss. Matt Nieto has the basketball over to Ferdy Ravenna. Ravenna is fouled and the basket is good. Jollibee 100% the amazing move for Ferdy Ravenna, and he has 20 points.
On a 9 of 11 clip. 9 of 10 from the 2 ball. And even if he has 3 turnovers, look at the way he leaks out and beats the last line defender. Of course, was the safety man in the transition defense. And in that dead heat, Ravenna will always have the advantage. Ooh, that's a mental lapse for UST. We talked about the need for UST to defuse the inside scoring outbursts of the Ateneo Blue Eagles, who have already accounted for 34 points out of the 54 coming from the restricted zone. Dagdagan mo pa ng dalawa pala yun sa uling layup coming from Ferdy Ravenna.
Meantime, Adrian Wong, 15-footer, no good. Cancino has it. CJ Cancino bounce pass. Renzo Subido will score.
UST only had 3 fast break points in the first 20 minutes. Subido with a late 3 ball to end the first quarter comes up with his first basket in the second quarter. In the third quarter, rather 5 in the game for Renzo Subido.
We are in the early moments of the third quarter. We swing it over to Navarro inside. Kwame will miss. Rebound. Cancino. Cancino looking at Chabio. Cancino steps on the brakes. And a swipe by Adrian Wong. The ball will stay with UST.
UST trying to increase the pace here in the third. Nice bounce pass coming from Cancino. Assist number 5 for CJ.
Well, that's what CJ does for this team.
Right.
Rebounds, assists, looks for open guys. Finds Batalier. Tight situation inside. Renz to Renzo. 4-3. And another rebound for CJ Cancino.
Every team needs a player such as Cancino. Plays off the ball, secure seconds opportunities. Batalier almost with a circus conversion.
And they count the basket.
I'm looking at CJ Cancino. He's down right now. He's complaining of his right ankle. Yung circus shot.
Checking out our McDonald's instant replay. Is Kwame allowed to do that, Coach Ronnie?
I believe so.
For CJ Cancino.
But the contention is in FIBA rules. Are you allowed to tap the ball when it's over the cylinder?
Yes.
But the basket counts for Ira Batalier, and it's 56-43 in favor of Ateneo. Matt Nieto on the right side, over to Ravenna. Ravenna with 20 points in the ball game, and Ravenna now with 22 points.
Earlier he attacked Renzo Subido. Now he goes up against Mark Nonoy. No problem for Ferdy Ravenna, was scored all of the 4 points of Ateneo here in the third.
Mark Nonoy blocked by Kwame. Ferdy Ravenna to Kwame, and Kwame is fouled.
Wow. And that's a 7-footer against the speedsters of UST. Ferdy Ravenna going down low. This is the versatility and the kind of evolution in Ferdy Ravenna's offensive arsenal throughout his many years playing for Ateneo. Once again, he is a different player when he plays in the finals.
The foul was against Renzo Subido, so the ball will stay with Ateneo. They go back to Kwame inside. Kwame traveled.
Traveling violation.
Empty possession for Ateneo. Better half-court defense for UST.
Check the footwork.
Change ng pivot. Oo.
Back to live action. 58-43. UST trying to catch up. And that will be a turnover.
The first turnover for UST. Let's take a look at the third quarter field goal conversions for these two respective schools. No turnover in the last 10 minutes, meaning in the second quarter. after Ateneo forced UST to commit 7 turnovers in the first 10 minutes, scoring 14 points off those 7 turnovers.
Approaching the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Ravenna has been the man of the moment for Ateneo. Ravenna fires a 3, and 30 Ravenna now with 25 points.
And 30 has scored all of the 7 points of Ateneo. Here in the quarter, the 30 Ravenna explosion continues.
Batalier, top of the key to Paraiso. Shot clock down to 10. Nonoy has it. Nonoy. And a swipe by Adrian Wong. Wong is on the move. Wong is fouled.
Ateneo's half-court defense has been stellar to start the third. No more open looks for Mark Nonoy. Was the contact excessive? Will it be just a regular foul or will it be an unsportsmanlike foul na maitatawag dito kay Red Paraiso?
But the referees are going to review that sequence. So referees Michael Tolentino and Julius Medillo are looking at the monitor, trying to determine if that foul by Paraiso was an unsportsmanlike foul or they could downgrade it to a personal foul. Coach Tab Baldwin, they waited over 2 weeks to play this game. He had to wait for an opponent. And it's going to be a personal foul against Brent Paraiso.
Regular foul. If there's one thing missing in the offensive weapon of Coach, as an offensive weapon of Coach Aldinari, has to be Brent Sabando. Only 2 attempts so far, scoreless in the first 2 quarters. In spite of the fact that Mark Nonoy exploded for 18 of the 22 points coming from the second unit. If UST is to pull through in this game 1 of the series, Abando has to do his share.
Adrian Wong missed the first of 2 free throws. Wong has had his own battles with injuries. And he's hoping to lead Ateneo to another championship. Coach Kung Fu of the UST Golden Tigresses, part of this big Saturday crowd inside the Big Dome for game number 1. As Concepcion sends it to Paraiso. 11 to shoot for UST. Mark Nonoy, deep left corner. Nonoy against Nieto. Paraiso for 3. Rebound by 30 Ravenna. Ravenna on the move. Ravenna sidestep. And Matt Nieto is there for the putback.
First basket for Ateneo, rather for Matt Nieto throughout the match. And here in the quarter, total of 10 points for Ateneo and 4 for UST.
And biggest lead of the game for the Blue Eagles at 21 points.
Tama ka dyan. Tandaan natin, 41-38 late in the second quarter. And since that time, Ateneo has outscored UST 23-5, mainly through the efforts of 30 Ravenna.
Mark Nonoy has yet to score in the third period after scoring 18 in the first half.
Anong first quarter, it was the zone press of Ateneo that pushed UST to commit a lot of miscues.
A wide open 3 for Matt Nieto. Rebound Nonoy. Nonoy will push. He will push and push. Over to Abando. Renz Abando inside. Outside Nonoy. Back to Abando against Kwame. Renz Abando attacks and misses it.
And again, a change shot because Ange Kwame was there to contest and be present.
Inside pass to Kwame. The ball tapped out by the Growling Tigers.
The half-court defense of Ateneo here in the third has been awesome. The closeouts, no straight line drives, pero ito talagang nailang na lang talaga kay Ange Kwame. Pati yung brief opening for 3-point shots, hindi binibigay ng Ateneo.
Look at what 30 has done here in game number 1.
Same time last year is what 30 Ravenna is doing. He exploded in that series versus the Fighting Maroons last year.
Especially game number 2.
Oh, 35 yata ginawa niya ron eh.
Meantime, Matt Nieto drives, runner. Almost another rebound for Cancino, but the ball will stay with Ateneo with 5:05 remaining in the third quarter.
Perimeter scoring, of course, is top of mind for Ateneo's defense. They talk about trying to what strength they try to take away from UST. At pati yung second chance scoring na kung saan si Chapio ang namumuno for the Growling Tigers.
Shot clock reads 7 as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Missed by Matt Nieto. Rebound, Sherwin Concepcion. Nonoy. Cancino. He wanted to send it back to Nonoy, but it was covered by 30 Ravenna. Now Nonoy has it. It's Ilonggo against Ilonggo, and Nonoy gets away. But Matthew Daves clears the rebound. Ravenna is asking for it. Ravenna scoots in for the layup.
30 Ravenna is playing on a different plane right now. 27.
Vamos Pizza, what a delivery play. And 30 Ravenna now with 27 points. It is 66-43 for Ateneo. Back inside the Big Dome. Muli po magandang hapon. You're watching the UAAP Finals on ABS-CBN. The Ateneo Blue Eagles against the UST Growling Tigers. And Coach Tab Baldwin, in our video coach's winning ways, his team looks thoroughly prepared for this game. They're on top 66-43, biggest lead of the game at 23 points.
And this is the way they started out the first quarter as well. So far here in the third, 30 Ravenna scored 9 of the 12 points of Ateneo. And this is pretty much the same storyline in the first 10 minutes of the match. 30 Ravenna playing the starring role. But you talk about the half-court defense of Ateneo, outstanding here against UST in this quarter.
Shot clock down to 7. CJ Cancino on the move. Cancino blocked by Daves, but he was called for a foul.
How well has Ateneo defended UST? Yes, they gave up 7 3-point baskets. Or about 41% in the first two quarters on the 3-ball. But they have not allowed UST to get to the line at all. Only 4 out of 6.
Well, right now, Cancino will go to the line.
Yes.
Check that. It wasn't against Daves. It was against Isaac Go. Third personal foul on Isaac Go. And the first free throw goes in for team captain CJ Cancino.
The reason why I'm mentioning these numbers on the line is because in that series against the Fighting Maroons, they went to the line 47 times. And they had a 20 of 31 clip in that game. One win versus UP alone, meaning they've taken their offense close to the basket, but so far Ateneo has not allowed that in this match, in this first match of the series.
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Shot clock down to 10. 30 Ravenna with 27 points, and 30 Ravenna 29 points.
11 in the third.
After that, Yamaha Mio #1 move.
11 of the 14 points of Ateneo coming from 30 Ravenna. And once again, who will be the antidote? Who will be the best matchup for the back-to-back finals MVP, 30 Ravenna?
Brent Paraiso knocks down the 3. Manulife Vision player finding Brent Paraiso for that corner 3.
That's a rare opening to launch a 3-ball for UST. And just like that, negated by his own version of a 3-ball. The second for the Ravenna, getting the third.
32 points for 30 Ravenna, but Brent Paraiso answers back with his own 3-point shot.
That was a
Back-to-back
blur.
threes for Paraiso.
A shot created by Mark Nonoy.
But 30 Ravenna now with 32 points in game number 1 against Cancino. And Ravenna misses it. Rebound, Dave Ando. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Paraiso attacks, blocked by Isaac Go. Ravenna to Mamuyak, and Mamuyak would score.
Inside points. Abundant for Ateneo. 34 of their first 54 in the first 2 quarters. Coming from inside the lane, and that has spilled over to the third quarter.
Shot clock down to 10 for UST. Cancino with a spin. Cancino with a drive. He misses it. Cancino 11 rebounds in this game. And CJ Cancino with 4 points in the ball game after his Boysen points in the paint.
Just a tireless worker around the basket. Multiple possessions. Jordi Ravenna with their career season high 32 has hardly missed 14 of 18.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mamuyak for 3. Missed by 30 on the putback. He's fighting hard for that basketball. The ball rolls out. It will go to UST.
UST now dropping to a 2-3 zone defense. Perhaps trying to take away the inside scoring of Ateneo or diffuse some rhythm, because Ateneo's offense here in the third once again has produced a total of 19. Out of those 19, I believe 14 doon galing kay Jordi Ravenna.
Now the Blue Eagles have not allowed UST to mount any sort of run here in the third quarter.
Correct.
But we do have one more full quarter remaining here in game 1. Paraiso. Nonoy. Nonoy fires. He's been quiet here in the third quarter. Good effort there by Dave Ando. Shot clock reads 10. Sherwin Concepcion for 3.
Concepcion was huge in that series versus the Fighting Maroons. At 16 points in game 1 of the series. Let's see how far UST zone defense will get them out of this 17-point hole that they're in right now.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Mike Nieto inside. Turnover against Ateneo. And a steal by Belangel. Belangel, he fires a 3. That's good!
And UST will throw the ball away with no one pressuring the basketball. They wanted to score right away. Belangel, once again, the second unit contribution comes from SJ Belangel. Open look from the 3-point corner or 3-point area from deep right. But Belangel with a takeaway. 2 consecutive empty possessions for UST. Ateneo once again with a 20-point lead.
And a fourth 3-point shot for SJ Belangel here in game 1.
You're correct, Belangel. The first 2 quarters. 3 out of 3 from the 3-ball, from the 3-point line.
And a turnover here against Ateneo with 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Tremendous shooting clip for the Blue Eagles.
Ange Kwame, 14 points and 11 rebounds so far in the ball game. And Chabio with 9 points and 5 rebounds on the other side. Nonoy drives, hang time, 2 points.
Difficult navigation coming from Mark Nonoy from right to left. First basket in the third quarter. 20 points to lead the way in scoring for UST.
Here's Isaac Go for 3. Brett Paraiso has it. UST can write the last sentence of the third chapter. The ball tapped out by Belangel, so the ball will stay with UST.
This was the missing arsenal for UST early on, within the third. They were 41% at 7 of 19 with their 3-point shooting in the first 20 minutes, but that was taken away the first part of the third quarter by Ateneo.
7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Paraiso.
Yeah,
There you go.
kailangan ibalik yung bola.
Did you see the follow through?
I like that.
Yeah, you like it?
I like that. But let's stay here.
Yes. 76-58 UST with 6.8 seconds remaining in the third. Nonoy Emergency pass, Concepcion. It hits the top of the backboard, so the ball will go to Ateneo with 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Perhaps Ateneo is the best team in pressuring the basketball on sideline inbound plays. Full denial on the entry passes, and Ateneo will protect an 18-point lead as we are about to approach the final 10 minutes.
SJ Balangel with 4 3-point shots, and the Blue Eagles will keep UST at a safe distance. It is 76-58 at the end of 3 quarters. One more quarter remaining dito sa game number 1 of the UAAP Finals. The defending champions, the undefeated Ateneo Blue Eagles, so far showing everyone watching this game on ABS-CBN why they've been undefeated all tournament long with one more quarter to go here.
16 minutes, 16 days of inactivity. No problem at all for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. If there's a concern right now, I'm looking at UST. It's because this is already their 4th game in 10 days, dating back to their first Final Four encounter against the FEU Tamaraws last November 6th.
Mike Nieto inside. Mike Nieto turn around. Ange Kwame rebound, putback, and Angelo Kwame now with 16 points and 12 rebounds.
48 points coming from the inside for Ateneo. That's 48 of their 78. Massive advantage and fast break scoring at well at 19 against 5. Every quarter has been a 20-point quarter or more for Ateneo. And they have scored the most against UST in the 3 meetings that they have gotten so far against the Growling Tigers.
Belangel, Mamuyak, Mike Nieto, Matthew Daves, Angelo Kwame on the floor for the Blue Eagles. Shot clock reads 12. Belangel has been knocking it down from Rainbow Country, and this will be a foul against the UST defense.
Ateneo has proven that they can win with Ange Kwame scoring in single digits or a single digit output. But UST has not seen its team win with Chabio not really getting his normal scoring output. I believe he had 42 points in 2 games against UP. 25 points in that game versus FEU. Today with only 9. And 1 point only in the last quarter for Chabio.
Finally, a miss from Belangel from Rainbow Country. And on the floor for UST, Renzo Subido, the hero of that knockout game against UP with Abando, team captain Cancino. 3-point shooter, Sherwin Concepcion, and MVP Chabio. This will be a foul against Adrian Wong.
Ateneo has been very patient defending every point of attack, every up screen, every pin down. They're there. Even that wanted hammer screen to free up the top ball screen ball carrier. So take a look at the man-production of Renz Abando up to this point of the match. Only 4 attempts.
Here's Concepcion. Drop pass. And Abando fires a 3, and he was fouled.
This will be free throws number 8. Let me check this. Free throws number 11 or 9, 10 and 11 coming up for UST. 8 free throws given up by Ateneo in the first 30 minutes.
Well, the officials are checking the monitors with that attempt by Renz Abando, probably determining if that was a three-point shot.
Correct.
He will be awarded 3 free throws. He's definitely beyond the three-point line.
Oo. Yung take-off di ba? Against UP, they shot 54 free throws in those 2 wins the last week.
Foul on number 27, S.J. Belangel.
The personal foul against S.J. Belangel. And 3 free throws for one of the super new guys for UST, the pride of La Union and
Match against UP. Hit a critical layup in their chase down versus UP late in the 4th. First point of the match for Abando, and that will also be the first point of UST here in the 4th quarter.
Meanwhile, Belangel sets the offense for Ateneo. Mike Nieto has it over to Kwame. Kwame to Belangel. Belangel fakes, step back, won't shoot. Nieto to Wong. Wong having problems with the ball momentarily. Shot clock down to 3. Adrian Wong pulls up and misses it. And wow, Renz Abando fighting to get that rebound. And the ball will go out in favor of UST.
UST needs a major run at this point of the 4th. Masyadong mabigat yung kanilang tinitignang deficit. They have to generate some momentum from either 3-point conversions or inside baskets coming from Chabio.
Shot clock down to 9. Abando is in motion. Cancino still has the ball. Cancino drives. Cancino gutsy move, but shot wouldn't drop. Adrian Wong has it. Wong steps on the brakes. 7.5 remaining in the 4th and final quarter, and Daves is wide open. And that basket will count because the shot in the backboard first before the athletic shot block by Chabio.
50 points from the restricted zone for the Blue Eagles, 50 of their 80 coming from inside the lane.
No, for CJ Cancino.
But the basket is good for Matthew Daves, and that will make it 80-59 in favor of Ateneo. Dave Ando checking back, joining Abando, Subido, Nonoy, and Chabio. And Will Navarro makes his re-entry, replacing Matthew Daves for Ateneo.
Daves is the 9th player from Ateneo to score, and that will be, I believe, a total of 23 points from the second unit of Ateneo. Of course, that has been led by S.J. Belangel. Was exploded for 12 points, all coming from beyond the arc.
That will be a blocking foul against Will Navarro on the drive by Renz Abando.
That is second line of defense. I have not seen Ateneo over the limit even late in the quarter. In the first 3 quarters that we have seen so far.
Shot clock down to 10. Abando pulling up and connecting. Renz Abando, his first field goal here in game number 1. And that was a Jollibee 100% amazing move.
He is the leading 3-point shooter for UST in terms of 3-point shots converted. That will be 11 3-point baskets for UST. A corner 3 as Ange Kwame. Rather, it was just a long 2 for Renz Abando.
Meantime, pass inside. Kwame bothered by Dave Ando and Chabio. Subido has it. Abando against Mike Nieto. Renz Abando trying to locate Dave Ando, and Kwame has the basketball. Navarro to Wong. Shot clock reads 14. Shot clock reads 9. Belangel. Shot clock winding down. It's Belangel against Nonoy. Belangel for 3. Rebound for Mike Nieto. Reset. Belangel fires a 3. Another miss. And the ball is up for grabs. And a kickball violation here against the Blue Eagles. So the ball will go to UST with 6:08 remaining in the fourth and final quarter.
Taking a look at the last sequence. Adrian Wong doing the right thing, just staying in front of Mark Nonoy. Disallowing Mark Nonoy from, again, launching. And trying to overspeed once again in the front court.
30 Ravenna back in the ball game. 30 Ravenna with 32 points so far. Navarro back to the bench. You look at the points in the paint disparity.
And binabanggit natin kanina pa, that's over 50%. 3 players accounting for 60 points already for Ateneo. 32 Ravenna, 12 for Belangel, and the 16 of Ange Kwame.
That was a bullet pass from Subido to Dave Ando. It was tapped out by the Ateneo defenders. This will leave UST with 7.9 seconds to work with.
Mark Nonoy, who scored an avalanche of baskets in the first 2 quarters, has been kept in check. And if you will, the uprising for UST, and so far no uprising in the last 2 quarters for
Subido
Tigers.
for 3. Chabio rebound and a putback, and there was a foul, and Chabio will have a bonus free throw.
Heading into the fourth, USD had 19 second chance points.
As we look at our McDonald's instant replay.
I was about to say, perhaps this is the best screening team in the UAAP this year. And this is something that Ateneo has defended well. Fighting over screens, up screens, spin downs. And we'll talk more about that when we come back.
Back inside the Big Dome, this is game number 1 of the UAAP Finals. So far, it's been all Ateneo in the second half. Ateneo leading by as many as 23 points over the UST Growling Tigers.
The UST has not tasted the lead at all here in game 1 of the finals. And this is how Ateneo has started out here in this third consecutive trip to the finals. Pangilan na pa nila itong dire-diretso, pang-4?
Well, this is a trilogy between Coach Tab and Alvin Ayos, so that's already 3. Then you have the UP Finals last year.
Pang-4.
Subido. Shot clock down to 6. As we approach the halfway mark of the fourth and final quarter, a tough shot for Renzo Subido and a rebound for 30 Ravenna. And the quick pass to Adrian Wong.
from 30
Over
Ravenna.
20 points for Ateneo in the fast break lane.
That was a PS Bankable assist para PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online, no collateral. Paraiso, the right side. Nonoy. Nonoy was sensational in the first half as Paraiso fires. The ball ends up with Paraiso, and that will be a foul against Mamuyak as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Ateneo over the limit. Free throws coming up for UST. Let's see if this situation will be exploited by UST. Because so far, only 5 points in the quarter for the Tigers.
Shooting 2 free throws.
Brett Paraiso is one of those veterans with finals experience for UST when he used to play for La Salle. Of course, Larry Fonacher with Bajid Del Rosario. I think Liam Fonacher will be a future Blue Eagle. What do you think?
100%. Matatawa ka.
Either that or he's going to be a very good basketball analyst. As I understand, he really knows the game well already. Paraiso on the move. Paraiso. Nonoy fires. Nonoy scores.
Fuel the second quarter uprising. Let's see if Mark Nonoy will have more of those. 6 3-point baskets a day for the top first-year player of the season. 23 overall, lead down to 16.
If there is time, there is hope. If you're UST and Mamuyak says, you know what, let's settle down here. 12 to shoot for the Blue Eagles. Ravenna. Mamuyak. Shot clock winding down. Mamuyak fires and scores.
7 points for Mamuyak. Let me check this. 4 points for Mamu, rather. 18.8 Ateneo.
It is 84-66 as Nonoy uncorks. And Mark Nonoy heating up with under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Will be the second uprising. Once again fueled by Mark Nonoy. 26 for Mark Nonoy.
What a game for Mark Nonoy. His first UAAP men's basketball finals appearance. Belangel for 3. And that will be last touch on Mark Nonoy. And 30 Ravenna is holding on to his right foot. 30 Ravenna with 32 points. And he might have landed on someone else's foot. All of a sudden, a hush envelopes the Ateneo side of the Big Dome because they're understandably very concerned. For 30 Ravenna, there it is. Did not land on anyone's foot. It was a very awkward landing. But he's still in the ball game.
Inigpitan lang yung sintas eh.
Navarro. And Ange Kwame slams it home, and Kwame now with 18 points and 12 rebounds.
Another basket in the restricted zone for the Blue Eagles.
Nonoy for 3. Rebound, Chabio out to Paraiso. Paraiso for 3. Rebound, Matt Nieto. Nieto still in the backcourt. Forward pass, Wong to Kwame. Oh, Kwame lost the handle there, and that's a turnover.
10 points in the quarter for Ateneo. But for UST, they have a total of 11.
Where Mark Nonoy is trying to make things happen
Correct.
here. Nonoy with 26 points.
6 here in the fourth. The second quarter was the biggest quarter for Mark Nonoy. And his offensive explosion. He was 5 of 7 in the first 2 quarters on the 3-point area.
Subido against Navarro. Subido sets up Chabio. But there's a steal. Matt Nieto has it. Matt Nieto gets away.
Only the second basket for Nieto. But this comes at an opportune time because Ateneo has reestablished another 19-point lead.
88-69 for the Blue Eagles. Well, happy birthday to you. Glad you're part of this over 19,000 strong crowd watching Game 1 of the UAAP Finals. Ateneo legend, back-to-back champion 87-88, Danny Francisco.
Very familiar name.
Yes. Did he change your shots when you would drive in the...
Always. 100%. Ang laki. Sus naman.
And the score is 88-69 in favor of Ateneo as we approach the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Paraiso fires a three. That's off the glass.
Why not for Brent Paraiso?
14 points for the veteran
14.
Brent
You're
Paraiso.
correct, 14. 13 three-point baskets for UST.
Will Navarro to Matt Nieto. Matt Nieto looking at the shot clock. They have 10 seconds to work with as we approach the last 2 minutes. Nieto against Nonoy. Shot clock down to 3. Adrian Wong for 3. And Mark Nonoy gets a rebound as we enter the PS Bank. Last 2 minutes, pa-picture-picture na lang ang pag-deposit ng cheque via PS Bank mobile app.
This is the second most number of points given up by UST this season after surrendering about 92 points to LaSalle in a 92-77 loss.
Shot clock down to 7. Mamuyak for 3. Yes, sir!
While officially this will be the most number of points that Ateneo will score this year, eclipsing the 89-point output after that 89-63 win over UP in the first round.
Nonoy with a drive, blocked by Mamuyak. And the ball will go out in favor of Ateneo with 1:17 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Big scoring explosion for Ateneo. And you have a feeling those last 16 days have helped this team become a better unit.
Which runs contrary to the worries and concerns of Ateneo fans that maybe the long wait, parang mga alawang, you lose your timing, maybe they won't be able to shoot well in game number 1, and all those fears have been so far unfounded.
Totally.
Shot clock down to 5, less than a minute remaining in the ball game. Matt Nieto twirls, and that pass was intended for Will Navarro, so that's a turnover.
Rudy Ravena has already been taken out.
We'll see the first appearance of BJ Andrade. So Adrian Wong is on the bench. It is 91-72 in favor of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Back inside the big dome, 53 seconds remaining before Ateneo clinches win number 1 in the series. And tomorrow will be the UAAP cheer dance competition. So we will be at the Mall of Asia Arena, and the battle of all the pep squads begins at 2 in the afternoon. Now back to this game. Sherwin Concepcion sends it to Renzo Subido. Shot clock down to 9. Subido against Matt Nieto. Paraiso has it. Paraiso fires away. Chabio with a rebound. Chabio with a miss. Chabio again. One more try. And he gets the 2 points. 13 points and 10 rebounds for Chabio. And Magdenberg with a sidestep. But Magdenberg was called for a traveling violation. What adjustments will UST need to make for game number 2?
Well, number 1, they will try to take a look at what happened in the early part of the first quarter kasi dun yung magang pull away eh. Bakit 7 turnovers or bakit 4 sa 8 first possessions nila eh ganun nangyari. And probably also take a peek as to how Ateneo is defending its half-court offense because sakal ng Ateneo yung kanilang execution sa third quarter na nakalipas.
And perhaps Renzo Subido can hit more 3-point shots in game number 2, knocking one there. 10 seconds remaining before the end of this game, and Ateneo will just hold on to the basketball. And this was a masterful performance.
Right.
They led by as many as 23 points, and they will stay undefeated in season 82. They win game number 1, 91-77.
And they will not allow UST to taste the lead at any given time. In this game 1 win, Ateneo's inside scoring was phenomenal. This is one assignment that UST will look at in the next coming days. How come too many inside points were given up? Curdy Ravena at the forefront of the inside scoring of the Blue Eagles. Fantastic performance from start to finish for our back-to-back finals MVP.
Angelo Kwame with 18 points and 12 rebounds, but our AXA No You Can't player of the game is 30 Ravena.
Tremendous from the onset. He hurt UST's defense from the inside, but even from the outside, it was excellent for Ateneo all match long.
30 Ravena, what a game. 32 points. And highlight after highlight, move after move, and he was unstoppable today for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. We'll be back with more dito sa Big Dome. This is the UAAP Finals on ABS-CBN. Back inside the Big Dome, final score po natin sa pagitan ng Ateneo and UST. A dominating performance for the defending champions, 91-77, and 30 Ravenna with 35 points on top of 5 rebounds and 3 assists today.
And his shooting clip, a 77% clip at 14 out of 18. And a lot of his points came from the inside. Ateneo finished with 25 layups, a lot of them coming, of course, from our back-to-back finals MVP, 30 Ravenna.
This Dataland Residential's quality win was won by the still undefeated Ateneo Blue Eagles. So this is now their 15th straight win
This year.
in this tournament. Still undefeated, 1 win away from a possible championship. Magbabalik po kami dito sa Big Dome matapos ay ilang paalala.
Huh? Working at it. Working at it. I need to. Got to keep up with these guys. All right?
Okay, guys, good evening. We have Coach Tab Baldwin and SJ Belangel. Coach Tab, congratulations for this Game 1 win. Your thoughts about it?
Well, it's good to get the win, obviously. But we tend not to really see that as a win. We see that as a first half of basketball. And we just get a long halftime break while we get to prepare for the second half, which will be, in your eyes, Game 2. A lot to work on. Tonight, we shot the ball really well, over 50%. So that's probably hasn't been so typical of us this year. But I think that UST was so persistent. You saw that. You saw how hard they keep coming at us, and our defensive energy was really, really good, but our defensive execution wasn't great. And so we have some things we have to look at. It's kind of a long break between games, but these guys are tired. It was a hard game. The energy was pretty extraordinary out there by both teams. Mark Nonoy is obviously a problem for us, not them. Played a tremendous game, and he ran himself right into the ground. He was dead at the end of the game, and so that's very courageous. I got a lot of respect for that. Well, I mean, our team has a lot of respect for all of their players and their coaching staff. So, we know we're in for another tough game on Wednesday, and the one thing that we've been talking about since we knew UST was our opponent was that teams that Alden coaches, they don't ever quit. They don't ever back down. And so, you know, while the next game is the second half for us, it's game 2 for them. They know that they have to go out and win that game. And I told our guys before the game, I think this is a must-win game for us. So I don't see Wednesday's game any different. I think it's a must-win game for us, and we have to have the attitude that it is a must-win game. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see how easy it is to develop that attitude going into that game. But nothing but praise for both teams today. But we need to play better defense to be the team that we want to be. Thank you.
To SJ, what can you say about this Game 1 win?
For me, I think we did a pretty good job memorizing our scouting report, and there's still some lapses that happened, especially on the offensive rebounds. So just might as well learn from this game and move on in the Game 2.
To 30 Ravenna, 32 points, Game 1. Your thoughts about it?
First off, so lang sabihin, it was a very tough game by UST. We didn't expect, well, we knew that they were gonna run us out, but the amount of energy that they had after playing a couple of knockout games is tremendous. Nothing but praise for UST as well, kasi kahit may, you can say na kahit may comfortable lead kami, hindi pa rin namin ma-feel na comfortable siya kasi nakikita na sobrang bilis ng scoring ng UST, ang bilis ng transition nila, lalo na si Mark. Mark did a really good job. Siya yung nagpahabol sa kanila nung first half. And dun sa second half, medyo marami pa rin kami defensive lapses. Kaya marami pa rin sila na score, and we just have to do a better job of locking those guys up na hindi namin sila bibigay sa mga tendencies nila. Business is not done. We can't celebrate. We can't feel happy about this. Although we did a lot of things really well. May mga ginawa na rin naman kaming bagay na hindi rin kaya. Pero we need to learn from that. The coaches are gonna make sure na wala kaming mali. And we're gonna make sure as players na we're gonna try our best to be perfect in the next game. Pero it's gonna be tough considering UST, sobrang tapang nila lahat. And we just need to make sure na we do our jobs.
Guys, questions?
Coach Tab, congratulations. Rick Olivares, PhilippineStar.com. Coach, I know you probably don't place too much on this, but you're the first team to actually win the first game after having to wait for so long. Can you talk about your preparation and making sure that your team came out razor sharp for this? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean those firsts are distractions really. The thing we want is to win on Wednesday. But our preparation was tough. You know, I told the team after we finished the elimination round that I didn't think we were fit enough. So as it turns out, when you play UST, you know, your fitness is going to be challenged, that's for sure. So we, you know, it might surprise a lot of people, we did a lot of running, a lot of sprints, a lot of work on our fitness. And, you know, we needed it tonight, even though we have a deep bench, even though we have confidence up and down the bench. You know, they pump those legs, man. But I said at the time, I always thought that the big break was an advantage, not a disadvantage. You know, I'm a big believer in preparation. I think if you give me as a coach more preparation time, that's going to be an advantage for our basketball team. So we never bought into any of this stuff about a long layoff makes you rusty and things like that. No, not working makes you rusty. Working makes you not rusty, and we worked. And we worked hard, but we're not prepared to say that, you know, that has won us anything yet, because all it's done is get us to the next game.
Thanks, Coach.
Neil from the Guyton. Coach, congrats on the win. Your team played really fast today, and and like UST likes to play fast also, but you kind of outplayed them in their own game. What can you say about that?
Well, UST makes a big commitment to the offensive boards, and you know I think the tactics of basketball and probably a lot of different team sports are that you have to understand what the opponent gives you and what they are trying to get from you. And so anytime that a team, you know, really makes a big commitment to the offensive boards, obviously you have to protect your glass, but it does create opportunities in transition. And, you know, so we were aware of that, and that was, you know, part of what we talked about before the game. And we'll have to see, you know, we'll have to see if UST makes adjustments in the next game and you know, tries to shore up their defensive transition. And if they do that, then they'll probably give up something on the offensive board. So for us, we have to do the things that we believe we can do well. And we also have to find, you know, what our opponent is giving us or what they're trying to take away, and we have to react to that. So there's no question adjustments will be made, and you know, we'll have to try and anticipate some of those and make adjustments ourselves.
Good evening.
So that was the winning coach for game number 1, Coach Tab Baldwin of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Ateneo winning 91-77. Magbabalik po kami. We still have post-game awards, and Coach Ronnie will tell you what to expect in game number 2 of the finals. Magbabalik kami. This is the UAAP on ABS-CBN. Muli po ang final score from the Big Dome. Ateneo 91, UST 77, kung kaya't ang Ateneo now leads this series, best of 3, 1 game to na Nico Alili with Coach Ronnie Magsanok. So makukutuhan pa tayo dito, and Coach Ronnie will tell all of us, based on the numbers, as to why sobrang nagdomina ang Ateneo in game number 1.
Look at the field goal shooting of Ateneo. And to be more precise about this, they were 62% sa kanilang 2-point field goal percentage. Well, according to Coach Tab Baldwin, they exploited yung gang rebounding ng UST and used that as a weapon in getting to their fast break points of attack. And transition defense is something that UST will talk about in the next few days. Sabi nga ni Coach Tab, if they give up something, what do they take away? And this is one thing that they need to identify because Ateneo gave up a lot of layups. Sa fast break points na yan, UST gave up a lot of layups. Ateneo had 25 layups throughout the match in a 40-minute contest. That is simply too much. And no wonder Ateneo was able to hit over 60% of their 2-point field goal percentage. And again, how come Ateneo scored 58 points on the inside lane? And perhaps this is because a lot of those points came through layups, through leak outs. And you also have to take a look at how to match up against 30 Ravenna because 30 was a matchup nightmare for UST in the 3 games they've faced each other so far.
Well, lumaban ng UST sa bench points because of
Mark
Nonoy's 26 career high points. Okay, we'll take a short break. Sa aming pagbabalik, sasabihin sa atin ni Coach Ronnie ano ang kailangan gawin ng UST para makabawi sa game number 2. We'll be right back.